I'm Charles Johnson. I'm a behavior specialist, and this is my program, the 4-Day Use Goal Orientation Motivation, going from ego to task. Your will is the unstoppable force that these are the people that run the world that no one can stop. Once you connect to your will, you will become an unstoppable force. You can no longer be triggered. You can no longer be taken control of, because you will have self-control, understand your values, and kick into your will. From there, I teach you into something called ego goal orientation. What an ego goal orientation means that you get your reward system only from what you do, meaning that I get the A. I'm the smartest. I'm the best player. I run the fastest. I look the best. I'm the tallest. Whatever you do, you get your reward system. Your actual brain gives you dopamine from what you do. It rewards you only from your individual talent and behavior. Then I'm going to talk to you something about called EPTS. That is environmental post-traumatic stress. It's only a trauma from your natural environment. And all that means is you grew up, wherever you grew up at, or whatever you're going through every day in your environment. You could be living in a dangerous environment. You could be living with abuse. You could be living with some kind of addiction. You could be living with different kind of circumstances and situations. Well, they create something in you called EPTS, environmental post-traumatic stress. And these are the traumas that we experience, that we live life through, that create our behaviors that we don't understand, that are shaping who we are and why we are. Then I'm going to show you how these things create what's called an IT. It's an irrational thought. An irrational thought is something that you're telling yourself about you that's not true. Just a quick example. You could be telling yourself, I'm stupid, I'm ugly, I'm fat, I'm skinny, I'm tall, nobody likes me, whatever. These are the thoughts that you are telling you, and they create internalized and externalized anger. Internalized anger means you're mad at yourself, so you do things to yourself, cutting yourself, hurting yourself, harming yourself, doing things to you. Externalized anger means can't nobody get along with you. As soon as I put my hand on you, you want to slap somebody, you want to fight, you want to throw things, you want to do this, you want to do that, you want to do this, can't control yourself. That's externalized anger. From here, we're going to go to what's called a task goal orientation. And all that means is you get your actual reward system from relationships, from knowing administrators, parents, clergy, coaches, counselors, YMCA, your kids, anybody. Your reward system comes from relationships. So you're no longer trapped into an ego orientation where everything comes from you. So now you get your reward system. It's the difference between LeBron James and Russell Westbrook. It's the difference between Tom Brady and Cam Newton. I don't know how many of you guys are sports fans, but if you ever watch the Super Bowl, Cam Newton goes to the Super Bowl. If he's winning, he's going to dap. Hey, it's all great. But if he lose, he put a hood on his head and say, next question, next question, next question, next question. When Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl, he says, you know, the coach called good plays, and we did this, and the receiver was where he's supposed to be, and the running back did what he's supposed to do. When Tom Brady loses the Super Bowl, he says, the coach did what he's supposed to do, and he was where he's supposed to be, so none of it was about him. He doesn't have an ego goal orientation. He has a task goal orientation. It's the reason why he won 5 Super Bowls. LeBron James has a task goal orientation. What does that mean? When he goes out every night, he don't try to score 50. He goes out every night to do whatever it takes for the team to win, and he's actually motivated by that. He's motivated by blocking your shot, by getting a rebound, by passing the ball. I score if I need to. I want to execute the play. If you look at Russell Westbrook, he's motivated by scoring as many points as he can score. And if he don't score, he's not happy. He's not happy. He has an ego goal orientation. It's not a good, it's not a bad, it's not a right or wrong. From there, I'm going to show you something called coping emotive skills. What coping emotive means, when you get to this stage, you'll learn that the more mistakes you make, the stronger person you'll become. So as you make more mistakes, you become better and better and better. We call it the Incredible Hulk theory. I don't know if y'all know about the Incredible Hulk or not. But the Incredible Hulk, you know, when you fighting the Hulk, the madder he get, the bigger he becomes. So sooner or later, he gonna get so big and bad that you can't defeat him. Well, that'll be you. Once your mistakes become your power. And then this thing has something called progressive skills, where everything you learned here, you'll have to actually role play that out. Everything that you learned, you'll have to role play it out. And then at the end of it, you have a pledge and a closing. The reason we do all of this is for one thing and one thing only. The goal of this thing is personal power. I'm Charles Johnson. I'm a behavior specialist, and this is my program, the 4-Day Use Goal Orientation Motivation, going from ego to task.